What is going on, everybody? Today in this video I will be doing a review on the AT&T Avail 2. Now to start off this review, let's get into some of the hardware features on the phone. Let's take a hardware tour around the phone. On the left side of the phone you got your volume rockers. On the other side of the phone you got your micro USB charging port. On the back you got a 2.0 megapixel camera. On the bottom there is nothing. And then on the outside there's this chrome edge, which gives the phone a little bit better look than it already has. On the back is this kind of wallet material. Underneath the battery door you have a 1500 milliamp hour battery. It does not ship with a micro SD card, but you can put a 32 gigabyte micro SD card in here. It has 4 gigabytes of internal storage, but only 2 gigabytes are usable, and you can not move apps from the storage to your SD card, so you only have 2 gigs to install apps, and then from there I don't know what you're gonna do. 2 megapixel camera, we'll get into that later, and that is pretty much it. You also got the speakers right here, and then you got the soft keys, the home menu, and back. So that is pretty much it for the software tour. Now let's get into some of the things that I do and don't like about this phone. Okay, some of the things that I don't like about this phone would be the lock screen. By default, the lock screen that comes with it is this push and hold, and I just don't like the feel of that at all whatsoever. Like I said, you gotta push and you gotta hold it, and I'm just not liking that at all. Third-party apps can fix that, but since it comes default, I really don't like it. But let's go ahead and talk about some of the other things that I don't like. The screen quality. Just overall, the screen looks washed out. I know it's kind of hard for me to get it on camera. There's kind of a little bit of a glare in this room, but the screen, it just looks washed out. Actually, hold on. Alright, I had dimmed the light, so now it's much better to see the screen. The screen, to me, it just looks washed out. Words look small. Like, they look really small, and they just look like they're cramped together. The Avail 1 had a way better screen than this. Let me go ahead and go into here. As you guys can see right there, like, look at the battery percentage. If I can get it to focus here, look at that. Like, just look how scrunched together that looks. I mean, the camera does it justice, picking it up, making it look all fancy and whatnot, but in real life, this phone, the colors just look washed out and the text is just way too small. Another thing that I don't like about this phone would have to be the launcher. The default launcher that it comes with, it just lags way too much. As you guys can see here, when you're scrolling through the home pages, there's just a lag, as you guys can see. It just lags way too much, and like when you're going back and forth throughout this menu, it just seems to lag up a lot. So that's one of the things that I'm really not feeling about it. The launcher, like I said, third-party apps can fix that, but yeah, I really don't like it. Another thing that I don't like about the phone is the overall feel to it. It just feels too cheap, it feels too plasticky, and I don't even think the screen is made out of glass. It may be plastic, hard plastic, who knows. But to me, the screen just feels too cheap. The phone overall just feels too cheap. The back has this nice wallet-like material, which I guess is alright, but besides that, it just feels way too cheap. Another thing that I don't like about it is the overall screen size. It has a 3.5-inch screen. The Avail 1 had the same screen, but for some reason this phone, it just feels way too small. As you guys can see right here, it just feels way too small in my hand. I don't know. I don't know what's up with that. The Avail 1 had the same size screen, and it did not feel this small in my hand. The overall screen is just too small. Maybe it's because I'm so used to using a Galaxy S3 as my primary phone that I'm not used to this small of a screen, but the screen is actually pretty small. Another thing that I don't like about this phone is the camera. I mean, come on, really? A 2 megapixel camera. The ZTE is 2013, almost 2014. There should be at least a 5 megapixel camera on this phone with autofocus. The camera does not have no autofocus, and the videos from the camera is just horrible. Of course, in VGA, it's not the best quality at all. If you guys don't believe me, here it is for yourself. Look at some sample pictures and videos right here. What is going on, everybody? This is the outside test for the video camera on the AT&T Avail 2. It records in VGA. So this is just a quick outside test. See, it's a pretty sunny day. Doing a quick turn. You can zoom in and out, but the quality downgrades a lot. So that was a quick test. This is just a quick video testing out the AT&T Avail camera. It's a 2 megapixel camera, and I think it records video at 480p. This is with the same lighting that I used to record the unboxing. Okay. So as you guys seen there, just pictures look way too washed out, videos look way too washed out. The audio sounds perfectly fine, but it's just the overall video and the overall quality. It just looks washed out and it looks grainy, just way too grainy for my taste. Another thing that the last thing that I don't like about this phone would have to be the lag. When using this phone from, okay, where did my little Google search bar thingy go? Alright, there it is. I don't know how it got on that page, but when using this phone from day to day, just the little time that I've been using it, you will experience lag with it. As you guys can see, I'm going to open up a YouTube app. Now, look at that. Look at that right there. It glitches. It does that all the time. I'm going to open up the YouTube app, and we're going to go ahead and go to a video. And I'm going to... Alright, now I have muted the audio in this video just for copyright reasons, but as you guys can see there, just look at how choppy it is and look at how laggy it is. I have to touch the screen for the frames to catch up. Now it looks alright, but after a couple of seconds, the frames are going to drop again. Look at that. The frames drop when you're viewing videos, so if you're going to get this phone for videos, don't get it. If you're going to get this phone for music, I don't know. The speakers are alright. I'll play a little bit of this. So the speakers are alright, but the phone, it just lags up too much when you're looking at videos on YouTube. When you're looking at regular videos, it just lags up way too much. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump into Temple Run here. And then also another thing that I want to point out is when you're tilting the screen away from you and you tilt it towards you, when you tilt it away, it gets darker. When you tilt it towards you, it gets brighter. So that will be an issue if you lay the phone flat like this. As you guys can see, I can't see anything. You can't see anything. That's exactly the view that you're going to get. And when you tilt it up towards you, that's when you actually get the view. So let's go ahead and jump into this here. Don't even bother trying to download Temple Run 2 on this game, cause on this phone, because it's just going to be too... Well, you guys get the point. I can barely even see. Here's just another example of testing out the lag with the camera. This is the same video test that you guys just seen not that long ago. And it doesn't skip on frame, but for some reason, when it's on the phone, it drops frames a lot. And it's really noticeable. You have to tap the screen for it to catch back up, and when you tap the screen, then the frames will be just fine. Alright, now I'm completely done teabagging this phone. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the things that I do like about it. The first thing that I like about it is that it has full ICS on it. It's full ice cream sandwich. It's not a UI like TouchWiz or an LG skin that's over it. This is full ice cream sandwich. ZTE added their little apps here and there, like messaging is a little bit different, and oh my goodness, messaging is a little bit different, and that's pretty much it. That's all that they changed. But besides that, the camera is the same. The camcorder, all the logos are the same. It's full ICS, so that is one thing that I do like about it. I was going to go through the camera and show off some of the features, but why even bother? It's a 2 megapixel. You guys already seen quality from it. Absolutely ridiculous. Another thing that I do like about it is the phone is nice and cheap. So if you're going to get this for, let's say, like a 7-year-old or an 8-year-old that doesn't really need a big smartphone like a Galaxy S3 or an iPhone or something like that. But if you're up there in like the teens, like 13 through, I would say, I guess 13 and older, I would not recommend getting this phone because it is cheap. That's one thing that I do like about it. But besides that, I would just stay clear of it, and I'll explain that a little bit later. Now, another thing that I do like about this phone is the battery life. The battery on this phone is absolutely amazing. If we're going to here, it's been off the charger for 1 hour and 27 minutes, and it can be on standby mode forever. When I got it out of the box, it was on 24%, and I was able to get a full 14 hours out of that 24% by just being on standby mode and with the Wi-Fi being on and with text messages coming through and all that other stuff. Now, I did not use it to browse the internet because I would not recommend that, and yeah, so that's another thing that I like about it is the battery life. The battery life on it is completely amazing. It charges really fast, and on standby mode, it's just like any other phone. It doesn't die it's like an iPhone, really. Alright, since I was talking about web browsing, I guess I have no choice but to show off the web browser here. I know what I've gotten myself into. Now, it does come with Chrome downloaded already. See, look at this, man. This is taking forever to load. This is why I don't use it. And I'd be 100% honest with you guys because I buy these phones myself. AT&T does not send them to me and go, oh, make a good review on them. No. I buy these phones myself, so that's why I do my own personal opinion, my own review on it. And look at this. You don't even get the full screen. You get like this little chunk of it because this thing is in the way. Haven't found out a way how to hide that. They really don't care. And then it's just, oh my goodness, it's just ridiculous. And we can't, it's just, oh my God. Alright, so overall opinion, I would not buy this phone. Even if you need a phone really bad, I would say pass it up, Look for something that's a little bit better than this, like the AT&T Avail 1. The Fusion 2 was an alright phone. The LG Optimus Elite is a really good phone. Hell, even save your money and get a really good phone like the Galaxy S3 or the Galaxy S2 or the LG Optimus F9 because the way that these apps are updating this, the low-end phones such as this one just can't handle it no more. And as you guys seen, it just lags up too much. It opens up apps when you don't want it to, and it's just ridiculous to use. The low-end phones are starting to get played out, so like I said, just save up your money. Galaxy S2, Galaxy S3, Optimus F9, one of those good phones. Just overall opinion, no, I would not recommend this phone to nobody. Not unless you're getting it for like a 6 or 7-year-old. This is the first phone. Yeah, go ahead, get it. It's cheap. But if you're paying over $50 for this phone, don't even get it for them because it's not worth it. It's not worth it at all. So that was my full review on the AT&T Avail 2. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next phone review that I do. The next phone unboxing. I also cut myself messing around with that packaging yesterday. If I can get it into focus. Alright, there you go. You guys can kind of see it, but like I said, cut myself. So, yeah, really not that good dealing around with this phone. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, just stay clear of it. I would not recommend it. It's 4-1 to Sean. Peace.